Hello and welcome to my latest video, Canva plus ChatGPT, my real experience trying to build an income at age 70. I hope most of us will agree that times have gotten harder now, what with rising bills, costs of food, etc., and just general day-to-day living costs. All age groups are sadly affected by this, not just old codgers like me. Basically, there's not enough money going round to cover the cost of everyday living these days, and things don't look like they're going to improve anytime soon. So as a 70-year-old, I've come to realise that I need to try to build another source of income other than my state pension as soon as I can. As mentioned, my pension is my only income and it's relatively small. If I'm correct, the UK pays among the lowest state pensions in Europe. When you consider the UK is supposed to be the fourth richest nation in the world, I think this will come as a surprise to a lot of folk living outside the UK, and it's a very poor show. As also mentioned, the cost of living now is incredibly high, so yes, building another income is a necessity, I feel. I first came across digital products after a friend mentioned it in passing one day. So I started watching some YouTube videos on the subject, and Bob's your uncle, here I am today. There are many plus points, but here are a few. 1. You create them once and you can sell them over and over again. 2. There are scores of digital products out there to choose from, including ebooks, printables, digital guides, newsletters, and more. These are just a few. 3. There are a lot of different platforms out there where you can market and sell said digital products. Etsy is one of the main ones, but there are others such as Shopify, Sellbuy, Amazon, eBay, and many more. Coupled with AI, ChatGPT, then for me this is an absolute win-win situation. After watching over 300 plus YouTube videos researching viable ways to make money online, I noticed this word Canva kept cropping up, so I investigated further. Well, I must say I was blown away. I signed up as a free member immediately, but after a short time I took the plunge and became a pro member. The free version is great, don't get me wrong, but what I needed it for, the pro version was the best option for me. ChatGPT was an easy choice too. You see it everywhere, and for very good reason. It's like having a genius friend by your side 24/7, even on Christmas Day. It can help you with anything from, say, building your own seesaw to what are the best training shoes for newbie, senior, budding cross-country runners. So as you can see, we're only restricted by our imaginations. At 70 years of age, I must admit, I do find learning new stuff quite difficult, but I think most of us learn as we go along, and necessity is the key driver. Sometimes life situations point us in different directions, and this is one I must take, so learning new software, yes, has been challenging for me, but in lots of ways it has been great fun along the way. Most of the time, anyways. In regards to age, if you are a senior like me, a good tip is to get into the habit of making plenty of notes and get a system in place so you don't forget your work. This is vital, I feel. I'm a great believer in having systems, and the older you are, the more vital they become. Let's face it, our memories don't get any better with age, so yes, I would say making notes and getting a system in place to save your work is essential. Canva and ChatGPT have been a real game changer for me, I must say. At the time of writing this today, the 28th of September 25, every video I've created on my YouTube channel, I've created solely with Canva and ChatGPT. Fair enough, I pay a monthly fee for my Canva Pro membership, but when you consider for £13 per month, I run my entire YouTube channel off it, all the thumbnails, videos, including A-roll and B-roll, and all the images, I think that's amazing really. And I haven't even mentioned ChatGPT yet. Like Canva, ChatGPT has a free version as well as a paid one, but I'm a free member of ChatGPT, for the time being in any case. You can ask ChatGPT almost anything, and the thing I love about it helps you to think and learn in different ways, out of the box, so to speak. Gets you to see the bigger picture quite often and see things you might otherwise have missed. Yes, like Canva, ChatGPT certainly has been a game changer for me. One thing to mention about the free version of ChatGPT is that you are restricted to how much time you can spend using it. Every so often it will pause and a message will come up along the lines of, "Messages are full, please come back at 5:37 p.m, for example. This can be frustrating, but a small price to pay when you consider what a powerful tool it is, and it's completely free to use. For this reason, I would advise that you keep your prompts succinct and to the point. If you do this, you won't go far wrong. One thing to note also is that once ChatGPT has answered your prompt, it will make suggestions for you. An example ChatGPT could say, I'm glad I could be of help regarding your email series. Would you also like me to give you some ideas for a blog post for your blog? As I mentioned, ChatGPT is extremely helpful like that. Just remember, when you chat with it, time is precious. A final good tip is to write down your prompts before begin chatting with ChatGPT. This way you can just copy and paste them into ChatGPT's prompt box, which will save you time in the long run. I use Notepad for this, but Google Docs works just as well to save my work. Like Canva, ChatGPT does save your work, but I would advise that you save it to your computer for safekeeping. One thing I love about Canva and ChatGPT is their ease of use and short learning curve. Although I have watched a lot of videos in relation to just how to use Canva, I must say it's a program that you do learn as you go along, more or less. The great thing about Canva is there are tons of templates you can use, scores of free images, videos, and so much more. ChatGPT, in simple terms, is what you put in is what you get out. When you ask a question, known as a prompt, the more specific you are, the better. Following is a screenshot of the prompt I just asked ChatGPT, followed by ChatGPT's answer. The Canva breakthrough. Magic Media. Wow. Now this takes things to a whole new level. I use Magic Media in every single video I make, and I must say it's truly amazing. The greatest thing for me is that I have a set formula, call it a system if you will, that I've developed. This makes Canva and Magic Media so powerful, and I love it. Helps speed up the time it takes to create videos. It can create images from a prompt, videos too. Images are created in literally seconds. Videos can take a little longer, say 1 or 2 minutes. Here are 2 examples Magic Media just created for me. The first one is a short video, the second is an image B-roll. Creating thumbnails for YouTube is so easy. As a Canva free member, you have access to thumbnail templates. Once you have chosen one you like, you can modify it by deleting sections of it, adding an image, or deleting one. To put this into perspective, you could, for example, take a thumbnail template and turn it into multiple different versions with a few clicks of your mouse. Here is a sample thumbnail I created a few minutes ago. Once I've modified a thumbnail template, I save it to my PC for future reference. Canva automatically saves your projects in any case, but once again, just in case, always save them to my PC to be doubly sure they are saved. When you want to create a new project, the thumbnails you save will be at hand. Hey presto, ready for you to use. Actually, ChatGPT doesn't mind how you speak to it, within reason of course, so long as you ask a clear question or give it clear instructions. The more specific you are, the better generally, but if you're in doubt, why not ask ChatGPT the question? ChatGPT, I need to ask you a question about the best way to plant pumpkin seeds in the winter in Oregon. How best can I ask you this question to get the best results, please? By doing so, ChatGPT will not only give you a great prompt to use, it will answer your question at the same time. As mentioned, the best prompts are specific and to the point. I found that ChatGPT is always very polite and agreeable. If, for example, you asked a question about coaching your local juniors football team, say you asked it, ChatGPT, I'm a 70-year-old man who needs to explain in simple terms the offside rule to my football team of 12 to 15-year-old boys. I can't really think of a simple way of explaining it in such simple terms it would stick. Can you help me with this, please? ChatGPT, within literally seconds, comes back with a simple explanation, agreeing with you how difficult it can be to try to explain certain rules to youngsters. Try it for yourself and you'll see what I mean. In a nutshell, ChatGPT is polite, highly intelligent, an amazing time saver, and it's amazingly quick. What's not to like? They say wisdom comes with age. Well, I'm not sure about that, at least in my case anyways. But life's challenges mould us in certain ways and we learn how to cope with different situations that get thrown at us. Patience is a virtue is another well-known saying, and patience is certainly what is often needed when building a business of any kind, not just on the internet, but offline too. I think with age we become more discerning and know generally when to spot a scam. When I was young, I was very impatient, I must admit, always wanting things right now instead of waiting patiently and working towards goals. The old me would not be able to build a YouTube channel, no way. It's ironic, I feel. When we are young, we don't have much patience but plenty of time. But when we grow old, we have bucket loads of patience but don't have so much time. Yes, very ironic. Remember that old saying, slow and steady wins the race. I could tell you some stories, some happy, some sad, but stories stored away in the recesses of my mind nonetheless. One example is when I was young, a young boy actually, aged 8, my dad and I were in his van driving along an A road. We were involved in a serious accident. As we approached a roundabout, a lorry was coming round from the right, and Dad thought he could beat it, but sadly the lorry clipped the side of our van to the rear, which caused it to turn over on its side. My dad pulled me out through the door, which was facing upwards, like the hatch of a tank. Thankfully, we were both uninjured, but shaken up. I remember saying to my dad, "I won't have to have an injection, will I, Dad?" I smile about it now because in those days I was terrified of injections. I had a real fear of them. That is just one story, but I think you will agree we all have stories we could tell. It's all part of life's experience. This is where things get really interesting. This is a vital question, I feel. Earlier I said that I watched over 300 videos. This may sound shocking, but the huge sums of money being earned is banded around like confetti, in my experience, and a lot of these claims must be taken with a large pinch of salt, I'm afraid. Obviously it's clickbait in many cases. Now, I know there are, no doubt, folk out there earning a lot of money online with digital products, other stuff too, but it's best to err on the side of caution, I feel, when seeing and hearing these very inflated, attractive claims. I don't have any fancy software, just Google Docs, which is free. I make notes mostly on everything I do relating to my YouTube channel. I have separate Docs for YouTube videos I've watched, important ones with their links and notes I've made alongside them. If you have a YouTube channel already, you'll know there is so much information available on your channel. Your YouTube studio is like the back office of your channel. So other than checking your channel's stats every so often, the information is stored every time you make a video. Cannot praise YouTube enough, really. It's absolutely amazing. For me personally, I measure success in small increments. For example, I've only created 11 videos to date, but one video seems to be outperforming the others. Only slightly, but the seeds are there and hopefully this will continue. I only had 5 subscribers at the time of writing this, the 28th of September 25. It would be great to get to 10 subscribers, but I'm realistic and very grateful for the 5 people that have subscribed so far. I do see small achievements as successes, but again I'm realistic. Success for me will be helping people build businesses and getting positive feedback from them. I love to help people, and yes, real success I've measured by other people's achievements that watch my videos and have taken something from them. If I can earn a few pounds along the way, then yes, that would be the icing on the cake. I'll continue to make videos about topics related to AI and digital marketing. The latest video series has been about how seniors can make money using ChatGPT. I will continue to make these as I believe ChatGPT is extremely powerful, and if like me you are a senior needing to boost your income, you are most welcome to come along for the ride. Finally, I would love for you to follow along with me and hopefully learn like me all about AI, digital products, and how we can make money with these products. If you would kindly consider subscribing to my channel, that would be great too. I promise to keep doing research into this involving topic and bring you videos that are warm and helpful. I encourage you to create your own YouTube channel too if you haven't already done so. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments section. It would be great to hear from you. Thanks again for visiting. I'm Mike. Goodbye for now.